Hi, welcome to Garantech Solution. This is Wafula Abdullah Hassan, and in this video we are looking at how to add Firebase to our project. So let's get started. Okay, now to add Firebase to our project, what we are going to do, we are going to go to Firebase console, which is console.firebase.google.com. So we are going to create a new project. And now this project is going to be our book application that you are trying to make. So this is going to be Bookmate. It's going to be Bookmate. Okay, so that is the name of our project. Waiting for verification from Firebase. Okay. Yeah, now it's now generating the ID of the project. Now we are good to go now. Okay, so we are now going to continue. Google Analytics for Firebase enable. Okay, for now we are going to okay, for Google Analytics, okay, we need it, so we are going to leave it there and enabled. We shall continue now. Here we have to select the service account for our project. So this is, we are just going to take the default the default account, create project. Oh, it's an error. Okay, I think maybe it's okay. Let's just try to refresh and try to restart. Error still. Okay, add new project. So we are going to say Bookmate. Okay, we now have the ID. Next, enable Google Analytics for this project. Continue. We have to select the Google Analytics account. That is, we are now going to take our default account for Firebase. Now let's create the project. Give it some time as it creates. There we go, it's finishing up. Okay, now the new project is ready, so we shall continue. So what we are going to do, we are now going to add our application to this Firebase. Okay, we are going to add our application, and for this case, since I'm using the Android emulator for testing, I'm going to add Android. Okay, and here they want the package name for the project. So we are going to get the package name from either the manifest or the build.gradle file. So we shall go under the build.gradle file, get the package name, and for this case we are just using com.example.bookmate. In case you want to change this package name, we can change it here. So next we are going to add the app nickname. This is Bookmate Android. Okay, the bag SHA-1 key, or this is optional. Okay, okay, so this is optional, but for the case, since you are going to do Firebase authentication with Google sign-in and phone sign-in, we need to put in this key. So what you are going to do, you are going to go back to our project, open the terminal, and generate this key. Okay, so here we are going to use key tool, list, key tool list, and v, this is key store. Okay, so here we are going to specify the path to our key store file, that is okay, absolute path, that is .android stroke, this is key store. key store. Okay, no. Okay, for this case, this is going to be debug.keystore. Okay, so next we specify the alias of the key. This is alias, and now this is going to be Android debug key, and for the stop pass, that is the stop password, is going to be just Android, and the key pass, that is the key stop, and is also going to be Android. Then we generate that. You can skip this step, then later you may feel free to go back and add this key later to the Firebase under the project settings. So now with that we have the key, we are just going to copy it, which is this A2 copy, come and paste it here, register the application. So now we are going to download the Google Services JSON file. Download it. Download. Okay. Save it. Okay, so now we are going to get that file, and we shall add it within the app section of our Android file. So we are going to copy it. We just drag it there. So we are just going to drag it to app. Okay, forgive my machine for being a little bit slow, but we shall just move with it. So now we have it there. We are just going to edit this name so that we remove the extra 5 on it. Okay, now it's okay. So now we can move to the next step, which is next. Now we have to add these dependencies. We are going to take this one. That is, we are going to put it under project build.gradle. So under project build.gradle, not app, but directly under Android build.gradle, we are going to come to dependencies, and down here, this is where we're going to put it. Okay. So we can now take the other, that is under all projects, we must have Google enabled. Under, yeah, we now have it. We have Google and Maven Central, still up also in the repositories, Google and Maven Central. Okay, good. So we can now move. So here now we have also other dependencies for the app. We are going to take this one, the Google Services. And now this one will go under app build.gradle. We shall just put it here, or we can just decide to put it at the bottom. So that is Google Services. We take the Firebase platform, boom, copy it and put it here. Lastly, the Firebase Analytics. Mostly, okay, the Firebase Analytics for Kotlin, there's a way how it. So sometimes when you're building this project, there's a way it refuses to build just because of the Firebase Analytics for Kotlin. So when you try to build a project and you find that it's not building, please come back and disable the Firebase Analytics, build the project again and continue. If you want to continue using the Firebase Analytics, you can still do that either by shifting your project from Kotlin to Java, okay? I hope this error right now is a little bit resolved, but I don't think, okay, if it is not resolved, you do that. Okay, so now on having that, we are going to continue next, and everything is set, so we are going to continue to our console. Yeah, so okay, so everything is now set, so let's close this and build the project again. This is Flutter run. As it's continue to run, so what we are going to do here, you can now enable the services that you want to use this project for. That is, we have the Firestore database, we have the real-time database, we have the authentication. Now for this project, we are just going to use the Firestore. And now for the rules, Firebase rules, there's a strict mode that is for production, whereby it doesn't allow any read or write. Okay, we can enable this, but later we shall have to set this. We shall have to reconfigure this. Still running. Setting up rules. So we now have it. So what we can do for these rules for now, what we are going to do is we are just going to re-edit them so that they can move from strict mode. So we are going to say allow read or write if auth if request request.auth is not null. That means that if anyone who is authenticated should be able to read and write. Later we can try to make our rules more strict by enabling something else. So that's it. So let's wait for our project to build. Okay, as we wait for it to build, one last thing that we can do to our application. So what we can do, we can come to lib, that is the main file, the main.dat file, and where we are trying to, the entry point of our file here, main. What we are going to do, we are going to first of all wait. We are going to initialize our Firebase here, but before doing that, we are going to first of all make sure that the widgets. We are going to make sure that the widget binding. The widget binding. It's the widgets Flutter binding. Binding, is it double D, single D? Okay, my helpers are not working well, so we are going to make sure that it's initialized. Okay, binding dot ensure initialized. And now here we are going to say await. We are going to await this, so this is going to be async. Automatically is going to turn into async. Okay, await Firebase dot initialize app. Okay, so let's first of all import this widgets Flutter binding. Is it double D, single D? Okay, so I think it's double D. Flutter binding. Let's import it. Oh, it's nothing like that. No, it's ND. Okay, Flutter binding. Let's see. Okay, so come to Firebase. Let's import Firebase. That is Firebase from Firebase core dot initialize app. And there we are good to go. Okay, so let's wait for our project to build. and now we have an error. Okay, we have an error. Try to okay, analyzing the error. This is Firebase. They're saying Firebase Analytics DDD module was compiled with incompatible version of Kotlin. The binary version is metadata DDD. Okay, what we can do, we have two options here. One, to disable the analytics part, or two, instead of disabling the analytics part, we can decide to either correct this error. But for now, what you are going to do, you are just disable the analytics part. Okay. In fact, there are three options: disabling the analytics part, or either moving the project to Java, or thirdly, we can be to correct the version of Kotlin for this application. So we are going to disable the analytics and run the project again. Flutter run. Okay, let's wait for the build. Okay, so our application was able to build successfully. So it's now installing. It means that everything is fine. So let's wait for it to install. Just this installation only. So we now have our application. So okay, so this is now done. So in the next video, we are going to look at creating the onboarding screen for our user. That is the get started screen. That is what we are going to be creating, and the get started logic. So all that we are going to do it in the next video. So I think that's it. Have a nice time. See you then.